In this game of life, I find myself laughing at my own jokes. I really do. I'm the type of guy to be um talking and having conversations with myself within my head and then just be talking to myself. Not out loud, but I'd just be saying shit. Then I'll smile. Then someone will ask me why you smiling and they'll be like, and I'll just say you don't get it. It's all good. I guess, when you are awake and you know that you're the source, the creator of the movie, you sort of blossom like a flower. You behave like a toddler. As an adult, you behave like a toddler when you're awake, because you realize everything's a fucking illusion. you know, a byfact and a byproduct of your subconscious and your imagination. You've imagined this conversation that we're having many times before, and now it is appearing into your reality as you're listening to it and watching this video. I decided to just, spit some bars, freestyle, talk meta. Meta is the short term for metaphysics, you know, speak on abbreviations. But to have that sort of fluidity and creativity in your mind to, just be playing your own games within a game takes a lot of mental strength in a system by fact or product that is designed to make everybody machines and behave the same way. You sort of feel like that the system kind of builds stories for you, when the whole point of these stories is to realize you made all these stories, for yourself, because you're the source, you're the creator. Express your individuality, express it. This is the one thing that the system is afraid of. It's scared of individuality. It hates it. That's probably why it makes all these programs, these distractions to trap us in it, to bring us back in it. Like Al Pacino says, every time I try and leave, they pull me back in. You see, and it's the matrix testing you, or energy harvesting, from your emotions. Because, everything that you react to from the distractions and programs, that's your energy gone. Okay, so that's how I figured it out. Growing up, um, in a rough neighborhood in South Africa, Johannesburg. For people that don't know, Johannesburg is one of the main cities in South Africa. One happens to be one of my home city, the one I was born in. But I moved around a lot, so you never really have a home, really. You're just a journeyman, and that's how I kind of view myself. But anyway, the neighborhood that I grew up in, you know, the original one, before I moved to the suburbs, was unforgiving, beautiful, vicious, and ironically promising and prosperous. And it was a very chaotic neighborhood. you know. So that's what the neighborhoods that shape you to be, mentally resilient, mentally tough. It's like sort of the yang and the yin, the chaotic side, the dark side. And then when I moved from there and I moved to the suburbs, you get this lighter version of the hood, but there's just less community because you're not relying on surviving every day. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic factor, but that's just in itself, you know. I realized in that moment, I was just tired of having to survive. And I just decided in my mind that I needed peace. And so the operators of my mind, my AKA my mom and my dad, just manifested all that was in my subconscious. And we moved to a very safe suburb, very soft, very cool, very peaceful. At least that's what I thought. But that shift, the power of the mind, you can tap into that shift anytime you want to. You can wake up now saying, shit, fuck work. I'm just gonna chill. Nah, ain't nothing gonna happen. Just gonna call in sick. It's gonna go smooth. And that can happen, Or you can go to work and that can happen too. Depending on how your mind feels and how your mind works on that day, you can pretty much do anything you want in this system. So long as you avoid distractions and programs, you shall achieve what you want here. If you can hold it in your frame of thought and mind long enough than most people, you can pretty much get what you want here. And when you get what you want, you can get more of what you want. So the list is endless. But the thing is, the catch is that you've got to detach yourself from all the things that you want. Because when you go back home, we don't call it dying no more. We just call it going back home in this channel. When you go back home, you ain't going to take any of the things that you want. You'll just create new things that you want in your new home. So, it's a circle of life, a circle, not a square. That is the matrix system. The true meaning of life is the beam of a circle. It's endless. We do not die. We live on. We live on and on and on. Because the spirit doesn't die. And when the spirit doesn't die, that's true immortality. Not you selling your soul, man. That's entrapment. That's slavery. True freedom is allowing the soul to do what it needs to do whilst even in this body. I could swear, man, sometimes it feels like I'm not even doing shit. Everything is just operating through the soul, the spirit, aka God. That's if you allow yourself to be used in the vessel of yourself. I was about to say almighty in my religion brain. Shit. But we're talking meta here.